Hello friends, we have a 2014 Kia Sedona, or maybe it's a Sorento, I think it's a Sorento. Anyway, here's what we're gonna do. We are going to prep this. It's gonna take some good sanding. We gotta get that rust under control. And it's all over in different spots. And then we got this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to sand this until we have a smooth surface, and then you expand your sand. So we'll take 220 and get these edges under control and the rust. And then we'll take 400 and expand it out this way a little bit. And then we will take 600 and expand it even more. By the time I start using the 400, we'll be using the sander. There's so much of it peeling. This is a tricolor paint. You're going to have a white primer, and then you're going to have a white base, and then a pearl top coat, and then K2 clear. And that is how this is going to work. So first we have to go through a lot of sanding. I am not going to record all of this. I am just going to pop in once in a while, kind of give you an update, but I just don't have enough memory on my phone, but I'll be able to show you a bit of the process. This is going to be probably the most difficult. What I'll do is raise the hood, put a block or something underneath it so that it'll stay, and I'll just start sanding. But this 220 grit is going to be all day because it is hand sand. I don't see that it'll go any quicker than that, but I could be wrong. You know, with it peeling like that, we could have it done in 2 hours. You just never know, because this might be just the right softness. But anyway, this car is going to stay here until it's done. It belongs to one of the other sellers at the car lot, so we've got it until it's done. Alrighty, time to get to work. Alrighty, so I sanded everything down with 220. I also broke all the chips away with the air. I had to look that up because I just kept chipping away. You might be able to see. This is where it was, and this is how far back it went. It just kept chipping away. So I got on YouTube University, and I said, what in the world? What are we going to do here? So those guys said for chipping paint, you want to use air, and it'll create a cut with the paint itself. And I'm like, okay. So I did that. You see that? Now using the 220, it left a pretty decent edge, but it's not tapered. You can still feel it. So that's what we're going to use, the 400 and the 600 sandpaper on the machine sander. And we're going to taper this to where I don't feel that. Nobody can feel that. That way we have a good blend. And it doesn't look like we just sprayed a couple of spurts of spray paint on there, because that's not what this is going to be. This is going to be handled with a paint gun. Now, let's see if you can see. This entire back section is also So I got it sanded down with the 220. Got the rust off of it. That's what we were dealing with also. See that? That paint just kept coming away and coming away and coming away. And I had to look it up. What am I going to do here? Kind of thing. So anyway, that's where we stand. So I'm going to get started finishing up this hood. I did one round with the sander, 400 grit. And can you see a lot of that paint in there? I couldn't get it out. I didn't know what to do. I told my dad, anyway, I'm blowing and scrubbing with the piece of sandpaper. And anyway, I did not know. I learned something new today. These bodies are dipped in the zinc dip of some kind. It's supposed to replace primer. That stuff is so shitty. It's the worst. It's not even worth doing what they did. Now this is, it's got a curve on it. You can see that curve. And so, and the line, the body line. So of course, when I put that machine there, I didn't even do it hard. I just wanted to see if it was going to do what I needed it to, and it created a couple of lines. Thankfully, this is all going to be painted. So we're going to get started and work on it with the sander and see if we can't make it better. But I thought I would update you and kind of let you know how it was going. Now I got to work on it so that we barely feel these edges. We need to taper them. Now these feel really good. That right there feels real good. Just in that one spot there. You can feel all of this, but not like you could when I started. And you definitely do not want to have dust on it when you check it. You must wipe it down, spray it off, whatever. Because the dust is going to hide that ledge. It's going to hide that. It's not going to feel like it's there. Then when you pull that dust off there, it's there. And you're going, wait a minute. So that was a lesson I learned early on. So if this is ever a project you get started on, make sure you taper the paint that exists on there. Taper it so that it doesn't feel like there's anything. All right, so we'll be back after I do another round of sanding. We'll see what we got. All righty. I don't think you're going to be able to hear me. Oh, that one feels so good. So perfect. So I'll do this other side and then this should be ready to go, Mike. Except for
Okay.
will that cover, that one can cover the whole
Oh, yeah.
front end there?
Yeah, probably with some left over.
Okay.
I would say probably with some left over.
Alrighty.
Okay, so it's here.
We sand this over here, Chris.
Why?
Well, there's a I don't, you'll have to look at it. But just that one little spot, I don't know what happened to it. It's like it's still got some loose paint there or something.
Well, I sanded it down.
I know. We'll let it dry and take a look at it. Just fairly light, kind of like this. So
Yeah.
Still,
Oh, I can't. I haven't.
see this though? See that? Where that?
Oh, that bubble.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I don't know what happened.
I don't either, but that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
It
I
just
know.
kept going. That one you should be able to cover. I'm going to have to throw bags up on the, if I had a. Alrighty, so we're back here at the shop today. This is the 2014 Kia Sedona. I just whacked my knee. Oh my God. I hope it's still attached. Waiting on my dad to get here with another can of primer. This actually looks pretty good. In fact, I think this is going to pass. This is what I wanted. This is what I've been working for. I got this one worked on, so we'll be able to put paint on it. Sorry about my cigarette. It's smooth, and we don't have any more bubbles. That's what happened. It was the little spot, and then the big spot bubbled. But that's what this car has been doing to me. It's driving me bonkers. Anyway, see, it's about done. It's about disappeared. And this is the top bar. That was all bare metal. We're gonna get some more on that. Get this. You can see that some of the spots it's looking really good. And it feels good. You can't hear any, along the edges there. You can't hear anything. Because normally, with the glove on, you'd be able to hear that. Nope. It's smooth as a baby's bottom. Anyway, we're going to get the primering done. Then I'm going to sand it down and have it ready to accept the paint. Let me show you the top. The top is going to get a white coat, and that's pretty much it. So, that's the plan on this one. It's work. That's all that matters. We got to be working. Alrighty, so this car is ready for a coat of paint. It'll be the base coat. I don't know that it's going to happen today. It is raining. But as you see, a majority of that is gone. It's filled in very nicely. Now this is just Ford paint. Ford white. Now don't worry about the antenna. That's going to disappear before it's all said and done. So that's ready. It's been sanded. It's ready to go. That's ready. That's with about 2 or 3 coats of primer. So as soon as we get an opening where it's not raining, we will get started and get that base coat on there. We're going to let the base coat sit and cure. And if there's any orange peel, we're going to get it out of there. And then we will put the pearl on top. And then we'll do the gloss. So we'll let you know how it all goes, because it's actually looking pretty good with just the primer.
close. You can edit that out, right? Ah, too close. Fucking line. Damn, clear.
Four or 5 inches, right?
Yeah. Go ahead and check this back.
Alrighty, gotta talk fast. Only have about a minute or so of video. Anyway, all of the coverings are pulled off, and we have a lot of places where we bled through or it wasn't covered properly. But we were up against the weather as well, so when we had opportunity, we just started painting. So I'll be using a lot of lacquer thinner to clean things up, but that's after we sand it and buff it, which is what we are doing tomorrow. We got a few runs. That's pretty typical. So we'll get those sanded out and taken care of. And as you see, these panels, actually, none of them seem to match. So we don't know what that was about. But after it was all said and done, the pearl looked pretty decent on there. And the white base, it really filled in the spots that were bare. So it was a win all the way around. I think it's going to look really good when I'm done. Anyway, if I get a chance when I'm done tomorrow, or if I remember, I will try to get a quick video of the final result and put it onto the end of this video. If I don't, thanks for hanging out with me. Oh, yeah, the tape that we had covering that corner ripped paint off. So that has to be fixed too. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with us, guys. We sure appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next one. Hello, friends. So, this car is getting ready to leave. This is the 2014 Kia Sorento. This is the one that had all of the bare metal. here on the front, on the sides up there, both sides, and it didn't, the trouble did not stop there. Exposed metal, the spots that we had, for example, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but we are going to try. And when I get this edited, I will try to zoom in. This was a little spot right here. After I got it filled with the primer and got it sanded down and all of that, it started bubbling up. And then it ended up here. I'm not even kidding. This has been the nightmare job ever. This right here. We were polishing, and as soon as I polished, this started coming off. So my dad was going to use some spray, clear. Now remember, this was not part of the paint job, okay? This was not part of the painting job that we were hired to do. He was going to put some clear on here out of the can because it was just a little spot. And there was a chemical reaction along this side, this bottom side here. It started bubbling up, and oh my God, it was freaking unreal. I have never seen that, and I've done probably 10 to 15 cars now, whether it be smaller cars, smaller jobs, or even the big jobs. But the big jobs, I've never seen that. Anyway, I'm going to try and get you as close as possible, and I'm hoping to goodness this will show up. Do you see this line? This is the edge of the bare metal, okay? I had it sanded down, it was primered, and as soon as we put the paint on it, look, it started bubbling. So the paint behind the bare metal was continuing to bubble, and it's continued to do that. Let me show you. And the reason I'm extending this video is because I want you guys to see this nightmare. Can you see that? That is bubbling along the edge. This looks good, but it has some runs in it, but we can't do anything about them. And look at this. Right here. I pulled the bag away and saw that, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I have no idea what it is. I don't know where it come from. I don't know what's up. But when I was sanding this down, so when I was sanding all of this down, I want to get you set up. Okay, remember this entire door was exposed metal, just about to here, almost to the door handle. I put tape right here. I'll show you this. I put tape right here in the door, so it was in the frame and it folded out. I was trying to protect this from sanding, okay, because I was using the machine. When we pulled the tape, can you see that? When we pulled the tape, I'll readjust this and I'll try and zoom in. All of this came off. Oh, it gets even better. Right there, and right there. This was a run, okay? I came in yesterday morning. First thing I did, I thought, well, I'll start this way and work my way to the front. Because after we got it painted and let it sit, you typically sand it, wet sand it, and then you polish it. Get all the orange peel out, get all of the runs and imperfections, all of that. I started sanding right here, and these are the ends of the run. These are ends of the drips. And they all came out clear to the bare metal. All day long, for about 6.5 hours, my dad was working to try and build them up, and they still look terrible. This car is not accepting the paint, and the existing paint is in, I don't even know what it is. to be honest with you. I'm starting to think it's not actual paint. Something is going on, and we're getting nothing but a reaction no matter what we do. So the decision had to be made. Look at that under that door handle. Same thing. Have no idea what's going on. I've tried to polish it out with my hand, and a microfiber piece, and I can't get it. No matter what I do. And I'm scared to continue on because it's been one thing after another with this vehicle. So this has a run in it, but it's also got this in it, and it's got this. This was up back to here. This wear, as soon as it sat for 3 or 4 days, this started bubbling. So it came out an extra 3/4 of an inch or so. I'm not even kidding. It was one thing after another. Now, I don't know if you can see that. We think it's possibly, this is a tricolor. You've got your sealer, which is your primer. It's white. Then you've got your base, which is white. And then on top of that, you have a pearl. And we are starting to think it's the pearl. Personally, I think we should have stayed away from the pearl and just painted this white. There's not one panel on this vehicle that's the same color. That's white. That's pearl. This is white. This is pearl. It's unbelievable. No matter what we did, something was going wrong. So we had to make a decision. So the executive decision is we're not touching it anymore. We won't be able to sand any of this because the minute we sand along this entire line, all of this bubbled paint is going to come up. I think the only thing holding it in place right now is the clear coat. We believe that's what it is. What needs to happen is this vehicle needs to be sanded down and they need to start over. We've watched several different videos on this or on this vehicle, and every single one of them have painted it and then left it. They didn't touch it. That explains a lot to us when we go through and look at it. So this is going to be given back to them the way it is. It's not for lack of effort. It's not because we didn't want to fix it. It is because this paint that exists on this car, there's something wrong with it. I personally, and my dad too, think it's the pearl. However, that back in that back corner that I showed you, those 3 spots from the drips, I know it sounds like, well, that was white. It is white. The difference is we think it was it was still soft enough that I shouldn't have sanded on it. So, and I don't know what he's going to do to fill that, because even after clearing it and putting a new base, the rest of the base white on it, it still didn't fill it in, even after he worked on it all that time. So that is the final result of this vehicle. It's all white, even the top. It is all white. And at this point, that is all that we can ask for. That's all the seller has asked for. We don't have any exposed metal anymore, which is better than what we started with. So that is the end result. I'm sorry it took me another 20 minutes to get through that, but I really wanted to show you painting cars. There's a lot more to it than just seeing a 10-minute video. Seeing me sand it down, we use a paint gun and put it on, and then we sand it and polish it and call it good. This was on the heels of that Mercedes, which gave us almost the same problem. The only thing we did not do to the Mercedes is we did not repaint the entire hood. We used the rattle can, which is what he got, because it was only supposed to be a few spots. But it turned out that the paint that existed was the problem. It was not working with us at all. It had to have been repainted. I have never seen a Mercedes with such a thin layer of any paint, whether it be color or gloss on it. So this was on the heels of that, and now we're like, get them the hell out of here ASAP. That's where we're at. So thanks for hanging out, guys. I wanted to share that. I know this was a long video. It was a long process. We've had this vehicle for 2 weeks now today. I'm done with it. Anyway, thanks for hanging out on my channel, and we'll see you on the next one. You got anything to say? I haven't had you on camera in a while. You got anything to say?